Somewhere in a distant universe, a group of aliens are planning to visit planet Earth. Before their visit, they decide to conduct some research. Using pictures they took from a satellite recently sent into orbit. Due to the spread of coronavirus, the aliens are communicating via Zoom call. Here they are, sharing their research findings.
Hey, what with all the ash?
Oh, I've heard of this.
The ash has to do with Ash Wednesday. What's that all about?
Ash Wednesday, well, is the first day of Lent.
Lent? What on earth is that? Well, it's a time when Christians think about what Jesus did for them in the desert. What did Jesus do for them in the desert? Well, he gave them a very good example for what not to do in life. How so? Well, he was tempted for 40 days by the devil. Oh, not him. He's a nightmare. Yet he was tempted by the devil, but he never gave in to temptation. He never wavered or buckled. Like humans, he was born without triple concupiscence. Triple concupiscence, what on earth is that? I'm not sure about that. I just heard a priest going on about it when I was in church, disguised as a human. I know, we should Google it. Welcome to our Sacred Heart YouTube channel.
If you like what you hear today, please don't forget to click the subscribe button down below. Today we are learning about
Triple concupiscence. It's the 3 ways in which each of us can sin. We can sin by pleasure-seeking, self-assertion, or covetousness. Let's look at what each of these things mean. Pleasure-seeking. Now we all know that there's nothing wrong with having fun. But there is something wrong when we want fun so much that we end up putting it ahead of what God really wants from us. Here's another example. Eating cake, yum, yum, yum. It's a lovely thing to do. Yum. But when the person eats so much, they end up making their body unhealthy. Now let's look at the second way. Legal sin. Self-assertion.
self-assertion happens when we think we know better than God. Another example of that would be choosing to not spend time with God. We know this isn't good, as the first commandment tells us to worship God and to love Him above all things. We often make time for many things, like watching Netflix and playing computer games. Yet we fail to spend any time in prayer, letting God love us. Self-assertion happens when we choose to ignore the ways that God has told us to live. We find guidance on how we should live in the Bible.
The third type of sin is covetousness.
That is when we want things that is not ours.
If we are suffering from covetousness, we might get jealous over someone else's trainers.
Or we might get jealous over someone having a better friend.
Okay, so Jesus didn't do what the devil suggested in the desert because he was without triple concupiscence.
What did the devil tempt Jesus to do? Google it.
During Lent, the devil tempted Jesus to eat when Jesus was seeking to fast. The devil tempted Jesus to take control of God's world when Jesus was seeking to serve it. The devil tempted Jesus to try and force God to perform certain actions when Jesus was seeking to accept God's will as it was.
So during Lent, Christians are called to give up pleasure-seeking, self-assertion, and pleasure-seeking.
And being them life-taking, time wasters.
They become freer and more available to do the things that God made them to do.
What did he make them do?
Google it.
God made people to know him, to love him, and to serve him in this life and the next. Welcome back to our Sacred Heart YouTube channel. Today's question:
How can we shine like Jesus?
Here's the thing. We don't overcome sin in our own strength. We overcome sin with the power of God, but we can fear ourselves by meditating on His Word found in the Bible,
By eating and drinking
His flesh and blood found in Holy Communion, and through having fellowship with others who are seeking to share God's kingdom with their brothers and sisters.
in Lent, we often give things up and instead fill our lives more with the things of God.
Things like praying more, attending church more, reading our Bible, and giving to others.
As Ash Wednesday is a special day, do Christians do anything different? Google it. Ash Wednesday, we go to a special church service, turn our thoughts and actions towards God. At church, we admit the things we've done wrong in confession and we ask God for forgiveness. Today we will wear ashes to show we too are sorry. We also wear them to show our commitment to God. We think about the things we have done wrong so we can try to be better people in the future.
And so, having gathered enough information, the aliens returned to their home planet to tell the other aliens all about Ash Wednesday.
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit,